I'm Augusto Vinholis. I am a biological scientist. I have graduated from the University of Sao Paulo, Ribeirão Preto. I have also graduated in medicine and work as a general practitioner and pediatrician as for 33 years. I have acquired a lot of experience throughout the years so that I can offer you something different. The Organic Detox Key will help you change your body. We offer a 5-day unique detoxing program where we remove the toxin from your body. In history, we know that the Romans and the Greeks have for so long done healthy spas. The word spas stands for Salute per Aqua in Latin, health through water. Today we have in Brazil the organic detoxing, one of the most recognized methods both nationally and internationally. However, in order to do that, we have to make the first evaluation called visual diagnostic evaluation, known as iridology. We examine the iris and can locate the toxin points, that is, the toxins in your body, and remove them during 5 days. The diagnostic evaluation comprises 4 levels: neurological, mental, physical, and emotional, based in 5,000 years of old Chinese medicine. For instance, the neurological diagnosis will warn us ahead of time if the person has a tendency to develop a neurological disease like Alzheimer, Parkinson's. As the signs begin to appear about 10-20 years earlier, when you start to forget small things like going from the living room to the kitchen, open the fridge and not remembering what we went there for. This shows early signs of the invasion of free radicals, the toxins that have been forming in our body since we were kids, teenagers, young adults, and older. These toxins invade, alter, and transform our DNA, which is inside the cell nucleus, causing degenerative diseases. This is a unique method in Brazil and worldwide, as it recognizes the exact location of the toxins in your body. Other methods are reading the fingernails to detect the lack of minerals in the body and the examination of the tongue to find out the toxicity level, rate 0 to 4. Above level 2, there is already the invasion of free radicals in cell nucleus, and level 3 indicates the existence of a disease per se, which can be seen in tomographies, MRIs, and ultrasounds. In order to make an early diagnosis of disease, there are only 3 methods: the iris, the nails, and the tongue. This is the first step in our 4-step program. The second step is the personal and family background history, known as anamnesis, where we collect all data through regular lab and clinical tests. The third step is detoxing itself, and we invite you to participate in this process. You're going to see how spectacular this process is. In this state-of-art program, we use all natural complementary therapies recommended by Ministry of Health. They are all natural therapies. The spa is Salute per Aqua in Latin, that the Roman and the Greek known for a long time. Some countries in Europe have been developed now for several years, and here in Brazil we gather global knowledge from different parts of the Western and Eastern world, USA, Europe, Brazil, China, Korea, Japan, and India. We use medical plants known as phytotherapy, as advised by Ministry of Health and the World Health Organization. We act in accordance to the norms and the regulation of Brazil's legislations regarding health spas. We use natural therapies during the 5-day spa, and patients begin to notice great physical and appearance improvements as well as sense of well-being. The fourth step is the use of orthomolecular medicine, where we introduce vitamin and minerals that the body lacks. For that, we collect some hair and send out for analysis in the United States for find out what minerals we will need to be replaced. We also give an orientation on ideal diet to be followed, whatever. If we're not feeling well, we will know now feeling as well as your best. It is a great feeling that only those who have done the spa can experience. We use naturopathy, and we reverse serious disease and recover the health of people who had already lost hope. Some people with severe diseases from the natural method that we use here in our spa. His name is Monsieur Miranda, and he is currently living in Iguaçu Falls in Brazil. About a year ago, he was diagnosed with Alzheimer. He was very scared, and he went to see our team in our spa, and he was treated by us, which was something completely different from anything he has seen in medicine. Everything worked out and became well and very happy, because each day his health is improving, and his hope can be very covered from this disease. Her name is Irenita Teixeira Chaves, and she lives in Campos Belos, Goiás. He did a 5-day spa. He was being treated for fibromyalgia, and now he has 80% recovered, and she is hoping to reach 100%. Because the specialists here in Brazil, they think there was no cure for that. It had to be used for this pain for all her life. And now she's 80% recovered, and she's going to reach 100%. This is electronic auricular acupuncture, origin from Japan, and it works on the specific points of the ear, which can be seen on this picture. The points in the ear are like a child laying upside down in the fetal position. On the lobe, there is the head, on the top there, the hands and the feet, in the back, the heart, and around the ear, the spine. Through these points, 5 acupuncture needles, we are able to stimulate these organs so that we can have a detoxification 4 sections during this 5-day spa. We also have the clay therapy, which is the use of medical clay for detoxing purpose. We spray the clay all over the body, cover it with plastic and blanket to cause heat, and that happens to release the toxins from the body. And the introduction of a mineral presented in medical clay. The toxins live through the pores, as we have trillions of pores in our bodies. We are using a specific system called osmosis, which is the passage through the membrane, which is the cause in the skin to the pores. The commercial therapy, which is the use of coarse salt with medical herbs. Here, also through osmosis, toxins are removed and minerals presented in the coarse salt are introduced. This is also another process that is completely remove the toxins from the body. We also use the food detox machine, a modern device that also helps to remove toxins from the body. The machine produces a small amount of electricity which does not provoke any electrical shocks, and that you can be assured. You can see the toxin live in the body because of the color of the water. Therefore, crystal clean water had been poured into the bowl with a bit of cooking salt. That happened. It is breaking of the salt molecules, NaCl, where Na is sodium and Cl is chloride. The bubbles you can see are the hydrochloric gas. Through this method can actually visualize the toxin leaving from the body of the colors. Brown is the liver, black is the intestine, green is the gallbladder, yellow is the kidneys. This is a very important and effective method of removing toxin from the body. Colon therapy, which is the cleaning of the intestines through the introduction of a liquid that we have created with natural ingredients. In this technique, we dissolve the feces that had been stuck for years in the stomach, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, even 5 years. They are called fecalitos, and you can see them inside this glass. These fecalitos are like stones, putrefied feces causing problems, working as small atomic pumps that release toxins in their body, mainly affecting the organs that are close by. In the case of a man, the prostate. In the case of women, in the uterus and the ovaries, especially the left ovary. The intestinal cleansing is very interesting because it's part of the detoxing process. This lady, Salette Baccarin, she had 6 tumors which she had grow in the same proportion every day inside her brain. She used to have a hemorrhage in the uterus, and her ovaries did not work anymore. After she was treated by our team, and she did a spa, 5-day spa, in fact, both her husband and she went back to a neurologist to some tests, and they were very surprised because the tumor were lifeless. They had to schedule surgery to remove her uterus. And she followed our advices, recommendations, and waited a couple of months to do the surgery. So she did the test again, and the doctor told her that they could not see the tumors because they had disappeared in the uterus. Her ovaries went back to normal, and she did not have any hemorrhage anymore. With our treatment, she also felt better because she used to have pain in joints, allergic rhinitis and bronchitis. And her husband, she, are very thankful for the results. This is a very special massage, shiatsu. As we can see in this diagram, there are many points in the bodies and had been mapped by the Chinese 5,000 years ago. This technique was approved in Brazil by the Federal Medicine Council in 1996. The therapy presses his fingers on the specific points in the body to liberate any energy blocked, because according to the Chinese method, there is an energy occurring inside our bodies which can be followed. It's a flow of energy. It's the key energy. If this energy is blocked, the shiatsu technique can liberate these energy points so that the energy can start to flow again and restore well-being. Osteopathy is a technique that puts the articulation of the spine back in place. Sometimes people feel sciatic pain and back pain and do a common massage, but it doesn't help. It does work because it's a kind of toxicity that can only be seen through iridology. And by using osteopathy, the articulations go back to the right place. The spine can also be put back to the right place through the use of chiropractic. We also have a therapeutic gymnastic with a series of movements that we teach at the spa. And then when you go back home, you can keep practicing daily. It's very interesting because we will learn how to stretch your muscles and articulations. This man, Albert, did a spa, and after the toxic treatment, soon afterwards, she could see results in the shaking that he had disappeared. Now his sink, there's no shaking anymore. Aparecida is from Belo Horizonte, and he had fibromyalgia for 8 years, and now she doesn't have any more after 5 days of detoxing. It doesn't feel any pain anymore. And now we have a therapy of Ayurvedic medicine, Ayurvedic massage from India, that stimulates lymphatic circulation and that you can stimulate the toxin from your body much faster. So you're going to see that you are very well nurtured, and the level of antioxidants is rising. The antioxidants are vitamins and minerals needed to protect your body against the invasion of free radicals. The antioxidant column has to be higher than the free radicals column, has to be lower. Normally people have the opposite. The free radicals are greater than the antioxidants, and that's why they develop a disease. Here at the spa, we begin to reverse this situation. Our detoxification program makes the free radical column lower down to 0, and then with appropriate diet and orthomolecular treatment, we reach extraordinary results. This guy had a cancer, prostate cancer. After 7 months treatment, in 5 days his spas start the treatment. The result was 9, and now today is 2.5. He is very pleased. This lady is Dr. Yole. She's saying that after organic detoxification, people are good as new, brand new, without any toxins, and their body are therefore not prone to getting sick because the toxin causes disease. She changed the habits, the lifestyle after met the Dr. VINHOLIS tip. She started to eat more naturally. The people think that she's 60, 70, 80, but she is 90 years old now. Mr. Simon Borges, he had a degenerative disease called Parkinson's. We got pictures of him before, and after the treatment, he started feeling well. He doesn't shake the hands anymore, and he often lost his balance, and his speech was also affected. And now he walks pretty fast, speaks clearly, and even sings sometimes. He sings. He starts to drive again. Here is her wife, and she's a nurse, and she's saying that he doesn't see any shaking anymore. He was driving, he was not driving for 2 years, and his wife feels very thankful and relaxed now. 2 years without driving. And now he drives very well. This man is José Lamel da Silva. He lives in Brasília. He had a prostate hypertrophy. The result was 149 grams when he met Dr. VINHOLIS. He's treated for 1.5 years, and now his prostate is 35.6. He's very satisfied because the doctor wanted to remove his prostate, and he was very despaired with this. And now he met our equip, and he's following our recommendations. 35.6. The section cup therapy, cupping glass therapy, is an Eastern technology that Chinese used 5,000 years ago, but the Koreans invented a method of pulling the air from inside the cups through a kind of a revolver placed on specific points where the organs are located. For example, the heart, the lungs, the kidneys, the gallbladder, the pancreas, the stomach, and the intestines. All they have a specific place. Through the vacuum, there is a removal of toxins directly from the specific organ. And you can clearly see the release of these toxins. We do 2 sections of this technique during 5-day organic detoxing program. His name is Maria Victor, and he lives in another city, but he's from Uberaba, in Minas Gerais state. He had a very strong back pain and he couldn't walk. He was diagnosed with prostate cancer with 11 bone metastases. He could not move when he was laying down. The PSA result was 2,415, and the normal is 4. He couldn't get out of bed. And his brother, who works with the team of Dr. VINHOLIS, took his home to see Dr. VINHOLIS, and he did all the examinations, like the visual diagnosis and anamnesis, and he began the treatment. After a month, the PSA went down for 800, 400, 200, and 270, while doing the toxicine treatment and using phytotherapy. He didn't feel any pain anymore and doesn't drink any analgesic anymore, fine. And today on, he worked normally, normal activities such as exercise, and he feeling 100% well. He is feeling a normal person nowadays. The magnetic heated blanket is a therapy where the person will relax, and there is also the possibility of losing weight through the sweating, and it is a therapy that we begin using here in our spa as well. This is Marcus Frotas, a doctorist. With a healthy mind, we can contact the divinity. He's very thankful to Dr. VINHOLIS. So I want to invite you to this challenge, to give your body a new shape so we can reach longevity with quality and reach 126 years that we all deserve.